So we're saying welcome back now? I don't remember what we decided.
Yeah, I think welcome back.
Welcome back. Here we are in the flesh once again. So today's episode we want to talk about moving out.
Yeah.
If you should do it. Why you should.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably around our age or maybe younger.
Like this specific one, right?
Yeah.
Because
I
don't know why you'd be interested in listening to this if you already have a mortgage and stuff.
Facts.
Like,
I don't think you would be searching anything like this or wanting to listen to this. But if you're young and a young adult, you maybe still be living at home. You may be living... We can take this like in different forms. We can take like, should you move out from from living with roommates?
Could you move in with somebody? Should you
just the topic of moving out or moving in?
Yeah.
What's the right decision for you? We're in two very different situations, so I think we have a good overall perspective of moving out, of like I don't know.
We don't know everything.
We don't know everything, but maybe we can go in a little bit more detail on that stuff.
Yeah.
But should you move out is the question.
My answer would be no. Just because I haven't moved out.
My answer would be hell yes, for a lot of reasons. Mm-hmm. So my current living situation is I live with my partner. I've never lived with anyone else besides like my family. I never lived with like roommates or friends. So I kind of have like a very from one end to the other end perspective. I didn't really do like the in-between of like living on my own. Or living with people that aren't like romantically involved with you.
There was no new girl situation.
No new girl. No, not at all. That did sound fun though.
Yeah, I remember when I was with my ex-boyfriend, my sister-in-law was like, "You should like move in with your girlfriends. Like you need to do it. Like everyone needs to do it. Blah blah blah." And I was like, God, it just sounds like a disaster. Like, it just sounds like I'm gonna get annoyed at them. They're gonna be all up in my business. I'm gonna be all up in theirs. The meal. I mean, it definitely sounds fun. Like, I wouldn't knock it if the opportunity came to me and it was like, hey, we're all going to move out. This is how much it costs. It's gonna make sense, etc. Like, I don't know, why not? I think it'd be fun to try it for a year. And if it works out, you do it for longer. But my point was, I was just like, oh, God, I don't know if I want to do that. But I feel like that's also just very much like when you're in a relationship with someone that you want to move in with. Like, you don't want to do the in-between. Like, you're like, I'm already with someone I want to live with. Why would I go around that to move in with friends, I guess?
I mean, to be fair, I still think about, like, what if Logan and I didn't just do this right off the bat? I remember that our plan when I wanted to move out to Seattle to be closer to her, at first it was really like just to be closer to her. It was not going to be like to be living with her. Mm-hmm. That was not our first option. We wanted to have like separate apartments that we can have like sleepovers at each other's or whatever and have our own separate lives. But financially, that just didn't fucking work out for me. And like, it's fine. I think it worked out the way that it was supposed to. But that thought of like having the situation of like where you can visit each other's apartments and have your own personal space. Sometimes that sounds nice to me. But I think like at the same time, like it would just, again, like it just happened.
It would be different.
It's different. I think like the only thing that really I would maybe do differently is like in college I didn't even like dorm or anything, so I never got the experience to live with like other people. Yeah. Although I don't hear it's great, so maybe I didn't miss out on anything, you know? Maybe I didn't miss out on anything. Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like everything else in life, it's like everyone has their path on what they're supposed to do and not supposed to do, or whatever, in the right timing. Who knows? Maybe you guys will move out with me and my future partner, and then it'll be like this big whatever, or whatever, I don't know.
Big household.
Yeah, it'll just be a household.
Maybe Sam will just move in with us before she moves in with her partner. I mean, honestly, I could see that happening. Living in like the back house or the third room.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what will happen? Basically, is what I'm saying. You know, you could end up having the Cece and Nick. Is that his name? Nick? No, not Nick. The other one from New Girl. Cece and
Cece
Schmidt.
and Schmidt.
Cece and why is their name so hard to say together?
Schmidt.
Cece and Schmidt. They live with friends as partners, which they hate at the end, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Living with friends could be fun.
It could be fun, but I do hear that it ruins a lot of friendships because you end up, honestly, like, being friends with someone, even, like, hanging out every day is so different from living with somebody.
Yeah. Because it's both your safe spaces. Like, it's like you're...
Yeah. And not that you're, like, competing for this space or anything, but I think, like... I think there's just, like, so many intricacies of, like, how clean you are, or, like, the way that you go about your life. Like, some people don't... For example, I don't like seeing the dishes not done.
Mm-hmm.
It fucking drives me nuts. Or even just, like, mess. But, like, Logan, she can let it sit for a little bit longer than I can, but she still doesn't like a messy house anyways. But that kind of stuff, like, with I can talk it out with my partner and be like, listen, this is both of our home, like, we don't want this. But with a friend, I don't know if, like...
He'd be so confrontational.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit different.
Be like, hey,
maybe
we like once a week start doing the stuff. Yeah, I feel like it's a different conversation.
Yeah,
for sure.
You would probably approach it like a lot differently.
Yeah, like every story I've heard, like I think my sister-in-law is the only one that raves about it. She's like, yes, amazing, but like
maybe she just had like friends that were exactly like her.
Yeah,
like living wise.
Like in that time of their lives, probably.
Yeah.
But also, I just don't love the idea of being in other people's business that much. Like, I love my friends, I love you guys, but I don't want to be like, I don't want to hear every argument. I don't want to hear every...
That's fair.
You know, it's like... Oh,
yeah.
Like, the stuff you wouldn't normally share, which is why people who are roommates are so close, because it's like, you fucking are there.
You see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's just something that's wrong with me. Like, that I just need to get over.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I just feel like it's kind of like unavoidable. Like, I can't like imagine a living situation with like with our certain kind of friends that are single and living their lives, like the kind of people that they would bring over.
Yeah.
Like if we all lived together.
God, it would be so juicy.
It would be juicy.
Damn, it'd be so juicy.
But I'd probably be really tired from not sleeping.
It depends on the house, the place, you know. Depends. How far are we from bedrooms?
Yeah. We're sharing walls. Like, what's going on?
Are we sharing walls?
Because,
no.
Hopefully not.
That would be a requirement. No sharing walls.
Nope.
I guess, yeah, that's our take on living with friends. Wouldn't knock it, because haven't tried it. But haven't done it, so.
Yeah. Maybe we should go through, like, the pros and cons of both sides.
Of specifically friends? Or just
living at home, or being on your own.
Yeah. So, pros of living at home. No fucking rent. Like, that's the biggest pro. And depending on your parents, you know, there's certain bills you don't have to pay for. You get to save money. Another pro, the grocery store for the most part. Your parents probably take care of the grocery store. To an extent, you get to be close to your parents.
To an extent.
Like, depending on how much you want to stay home, how much they're home.
Yeah.
There's, like, more opportunity to catch up if you're not big on calling people.
I think you just have, like, a lot less to worry about at home. I definitely do miss that.
I mean, I guess another pro would be, like, since I live in, like, a house with my parents, it's, like, easier to be like, oh, all my friends could come over. And it's, like, no big deal. Or, like, I have a pool because my parents pay for a fucking house with a pool.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain perks of my personal house that, like, benefit me.
Yeah. Yeah, your cons.
Like, are my parents gonna be mad? Did I leave something out? I love them.
I love you,
Cons. Being so close to my parents. Love you guys, but damn, give me some peace.
Yeah.
But also, like, what do I expect? I live in their house, you know?
Period.
And like, that, I cannot complain. I will not complain. But, you know, sometimes it's just like, God, if I just lived on my own, X, Y, and Z, like, I could do whatever differently, or, I don't know. But, like, that's the price I am paying instead of rent.
Fair. That's a fair point.
So.
Yeah.
Mental sanity, money. The obvious things, like not having my own space in a way of like I can decorate the living room however I want. Like, it's not my space. Like, I have a space in the house that is mine.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's what I'm like yearning for when I move out, like, to just like call a space my own and like do whatever I want with it. Not that my parents my parents literally ask me for advice on everything, but I like keep in mind what they like, you know. I'm not like,
you're not putting your own personal like taste in every single situation.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like your mom just has like her own style and like opinions on things. I'm sure like she doesn't
always go with what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cons would be just like being so close to my parents in a way that, like, I was gonna say, I remember when my sister was still at home, it was like, I think my dad had said something like, it's hard to have 3 full grown adults with their own opinions, their own beliefs, their own, like, everything, living under one roof. And at that point, I was still, like, a teenager or something. So I was just like, what? And now I'm an adult with my own beliefs and opinions and feelings, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, yeah, it is a lot to fucking balance it, and, like, everyone has their own lives and things they want to do. Like, my parents want to do Netflix and watch movies all night, and, like, they get annoyed when I'm not there because I make plans to do something, and I'm like, but, like, you guys are just sitting watching a show I don't watch. Like, you guys watch it together.
Yeah.
Or, like, why would I want to hang out with you type thing, but, like, I do have my own life. Like, if I wanted to go and do that with someone else, or...
It's almost like they're... Not that they expect it, but, like, it's just... You can't have, like, the balance of, like, life with, like, family life just, like, gets a little bit tough because...
They see me, and they're like, well, I see you walking away from us.
Yeah.
Like, you're choosing to walk out of the house instead of go with us or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And not having my own, like... design space. Those are like the 2 cons. But girl, I'm still at home, so they really ain't that big of a deal.
Apparently. Me, on the other hand, though, I don't think I could ever live back at home. I did when I came back from Seattle. Logan and I both lived with my parents for like 2 months or a month and a half, just while we were getting, you know, our shit settled down and trying to find a place. But that felt a lot more different than actually living by myself with my parents. Like, I feel like I still had more freedom than I did when I first was living with my parents. I just feel like there is so many pros to, like, living with, like, by yourself. You end up feeling like you have not just, like, your own personal space. Like I think the decorating part is a big part too, but I think also just, like, I'm a person who, like, doesn't really enjoy, or after, like, socializing or after a long day, I need to be in my own, like, space and just, like, have my own peace in my own form. Mm-hmm. And I think when I lived at home, I was expected to talk to people regardless, or I was like, or it was a big deal, as if, like, are you upset? And I'm like, no, I just want to shut the fuck up for, like, 5 seconds, you know, just chill.
My dad, when I come in and I'm like, okay, good night, he's just like, you're not gonna tell me about your day, you're not gonna tell me how things went. And I'm like,
I'm exhausted,
I just really don't want to, and it's not because I had a bad day, I just don't want to.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I think that, like, cause that was very hard on my mental health, because I think my parents especially are just a little more where's that car even?
Hello? You just sitting in the alley this whole...
Anywho, I think, like, in my personal life, my relationship with my parents was just, like, very tricky. When I lived at home, I think they just were, like, on me too much. Not necessarily, like
where
telling me not to go anywhere or anything like that. It was just, like, more nosy of, like, why why aren't you home? I think that's kind of like the same situation.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, I'm a growing person. Like, I've been in your house for 18 years at this point, and like I'm not that I'm
freaking 21 at that point, literally.
Yeah. Like, I just didn't want to be told or like nagged on or even asked like, where are you going? What are you doing? Like, it just, I don't know. But I get, it makes sense. Like, I'm living under your roof. Like,
it's fair.
You want to know
but you
why
can
I'm
still
coming
be
in and out or whatever. Yeah. I just didn't want that kind of a feeling anymore. There's also the aspect of just like dependency, I think, on parents for certain things. Although this is a con that you have to pay for literally everything on your own. Every single bill is on you. It's really stressful, but I think it's worth it in the end because dependency on them is kind of like they got you. Like, you know, there's something to...
They have more control over you.
Control is the word. Yeah, just like it feels more controlling. And when you're growing, I don't think you like really want all of that anymore.
Which for some people, it could be a good thing to be taking a chill pill. Your parents telling you like, maybe don't do that, which is rarely the case. But
yeah,
I was gonna say, and even I thought you were speaking on dependency of like the child onto their parents,
but that too.
So speaking to that, I feel like that's also true, and I feel like even when you do move out, if you have great parents and they are able to help you, they still help you when you move out. Like, obviously they're not gonna pay your rent every month.
No.
Let's not be doing all that, people.
That's fair.
But like, they still help you. Like, if they see that you're struggling and you have like this random thing come up, you get a ticket or something, I don't know, like, they're gonna be willing to help you or do whatever they can to help you. Like, come in, like, I already know my dad's gonna be freaking hanging shit in my house all the time and like fixing plumbing, and I need to learn how to do that myself because my dad's not gonna be able to do that forever.
Same.
Yeah.
My dad has done a lot already in this apartment. He's like, you know, put up shelves for us and like hung things and mounted our TV and like has fixed little things about everything, and it's really helpful, obviously, and I'm really glad about that. But
that's what I'm saying. So even if you do move out,
absolutely,
it's still there.
There's still some things that like my parents like know that I'm not in a place to completely take over yet, and I think that I'm very grateful for that. But big con is literally you don't understand or know that like every single thing that is in your home you need to purchase, like toilet paper, fucking toothbrushes and toothpaste and soap, dish soap, sponges. It just like the list goes on and on. Like the amount of money you've spent on fucking paper towels.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. Toilet paper too, because I pee a lot and like that shit, I literally see like money being flushed into the toilet every day.
Mine will be wiping with dollar bills or what.
Might as well.
A really random con that I have for living at home goes along with the having your own space thing. I really just want to have my own fridge.
Oh, girl.
Like, I just want to see my stuff. That's all mine. It's going to be so empty. It's going to be so clean. I hope. I mean, I know it's not going to be perfect always, you know. Shit happens, but it's all going to be mine. Like, okay, so I'm non-dairy. So, like, obviously my parents love cheese and milk and sour cream. We have 2 of each of those things, a non-dairy version of it, the dairy version. And it just gets so... And I'm sure my mom is ready for that, too.
Yeah, she's like, fuck that.
Yeah, it's really bad. I'm like, I just want to have all my own shit in the fridge.
I do agree with that. I feel like, especially when I went vegan, I was still living at home.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so hard. Like, my mom obviously was really trying to, like, get me my stuff. But at the end of the day, it was just, like...
Yeah, I mean, I have to start buying
also,
my
like,
own
all
groceries.
these... I was, like, newly vegan. All these fucking temptations of cheese are around. And I'm like...
You're like, oh, maybe I'll just have one grilled cheese.
Just one little grilled cheese.
One little grilled cheese. No big deal.
But, yeah, that is a good point. Having your own fridge space and, like...
Don't take it for granted, Mel. I'm yearning for it.
That's a really good one. I haven't thought about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As much as it sucks to pay for your own groceries and shit, it's nice to know what, like, you can literally go and buy anything you want.
Yeah. My mom definitely still takes care of the bulk of the groceries, but I still have to, like, run to Sprouts, and I'm like, God, this sucks. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It adds up, dude.
Yeah, like I spent like $80 at Sprouts and all I bought was yogurt, kombucha, and creamer.
How many of each did you buy?
Oh, and pills, like probiotic pills. Those were like 40.
Yeah,
but
like
still
that's half the bill.
$40 for yogurt, kombucha, and creamer.
It's fucking awful.
I mean, Kulina is $4.
Mm-hmm.
Kulina, please, I love you. Help a girl out.
It's really good.
Maybe I'll be able to move out if you sponsor me. I don't know.
Sponsor me so I can go buy more yogurt.
Instead of moving out, I'm just gonna buy more of your products, so it's a win-win.
Another thing is, although it's something that bothers me about, like, not necessarily like our living situation currently, but the whole like cleaning up thing. If I'm fucking too tired to clean up, I'm not like nagged about it. That's nice. My mom's a clean freak.
So she would nag.
Yeah. Or she would be like, nobody helps me, even though I helped her every day.
Oh my god, dude. That's probably gonna be me as a mom, though, for real.
I feel like that's me already. With Logan.
Nobody does anything. It's all me.
This morning I like cleaned up and I was like, I'm the only one who cleans. Like, and I tried cleaning on Tuesday and nothing happened. I was like, supposedly I cleaned, but it looks like I haven't cleaned.
Oh my god.
It's just like, cleaning sucks.
I can't imagine having to clean my whole house.
Honestly, it literally takes me a whole day to deep clean my entire apartment. I have a 1-bedroom. And that doesn't include like the things, the deep cleans of like deep cleaning this couch or like the rugs, like steam cleaning that shit. It's literally just like dusting everything, wiping all the counters, windows,
yeah,
and like doing the floors and cleaning the bathroom. Like that will take me all day.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, maybe I'll just hire a cleaner. I'm like, well, that's another fucking $200 in my life that it's going away.
Not worth it.
So it's just like,
what is it?
It's a constant like to-do list here.
Yeah.
When before I feel like all I would do is like go out with my friends, come back home, get some gas, go home, clean my room on the weekend. That would take me like fucking an hour. Yeah. Do my laundry sometimes because my mom sometimes just like was a sweetheart and did it for me even though I didn't ask her.
Moms are so clutch. You should just have your mom move in.
Hey mom, you want to sleep on the couch?
Defeats the purpose, but now it's your house.
And now it's my house. So, you're not helping me clean.
Come on. Literally though. Living with friends, we talked about at the beginning before we talked about our own living situations, but y'all get the point. We would have done it, could have done it, maybe still will do it.
Who knows?
So, I've actually made like a whole notes app. No, not a notes app. A notes. No.
Section?
I made a whole note on my phone.
On the notes app?
Yeah, on the notes app about the cost of living. Just to mentally prepare myself for whenever I really do. Because I'm not even thinking about it right now. I honestly have no like real desire to move out. Just because like rent's expensive. And, like, if I could save more of my money, because I'm in the position to be able to do that, like, why wouldn't I? And maybe the opportunity will come to me to either buy a house, buy an apartment, buy something, so that I could use that money towards making more money. I don't know. It's an idea. Who knows? Maybe I'll just end up moving out. I don't know what my journey is, but that's the idea right now. So, the cost of living. Let's see what it says right now. Let's see what I have.
I'll tell you how accurate this is.
Oh, I don't have everything in here. There's absolutely no way. So I put my car payment, which is like $230. Gas, I have a range, $80 to $160 a month.
Is that how much money we waste on gas?
Yeah. Car insurance, I put $100 question mark because I don't know how much my parents pay for my car insurance. But I have no accidents. I have a great record, so it should be very cheap. Car tags, a cool $350 a year. My phone is $61. I should put a month, but that's not counting service. My parents pay for my service, so I put the phone line like service $25 a month. I don't know what my parents pay. Like that's just for my phone. I don't know if it's like for a plan. It's also like $100 flat fee. I don't know. Rent and mortgage, I can't really say. You know, could be upwards of $2,000.
Probably starts at $2,000.
however much I spend on entertainment. That's more like a budgeting thing.
My budget's like $400 a month.
All right, I'll put 400 then. We'll put an estimate. Fucking cars.
Which that's a lot of money, and trust me, I always exceed the limit.
I'll put
every time.
Plus. Girl, work on your budgeting.
I exceed the limit every time.
And then
we're not really in COVID times anymore. We're all outside now.
Yeah.
And overly stimulated, and I want to buy everything.
For groceries, my last item, I put $200 between 2 people for a month. No, you spend more than that.
I spend $400 a month.
See, my mom spends like that much, but I was like, but my mom goes wild. My mom goes buck wild.
Do I go buck wild?
I don't think you guys go that buck wild. Maybe just...
Well, no, actually, maybe it is like 300, not 400.
It's like 150 per trip.
It's like 150 per trip, and we maybe take 2 trips a month.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do another extra because, like...
You just want like something extra, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't add all that up, but it's at least $3,000.
Also, your entertainment one might be higher if you don't eat in as much. You know what I mean?
And like hopefully your groceries are less if you're doing all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, it's expensive. $3,000 a month just for your, like, pretty much bare necessities. I mean, I guess $400 is entertainment, but...
Yeah.
But that's if your rent is only $2,000. So, depending on where you live and, you know.
And that doesn't even go to like, the other things that I pay for that I literally don't think about how much money I spent. Mm-hmm. All the goddamn subscription, like, streaming platforms I do.
Yeah. I guess that's part of, like, entertainment if you did that. Or, like, a gym membership, buying fun stuff like toys and stuff for activities like coolers and chairs and...
Fucking towels. I don't know.
Yeah, beach towels.
Bath towels? To get some nice ones that don't leave fuzzies on you. Expensive.
You really should have had a moving out party. Got like a $50 gift cards to places, you know what I mean?
No, because we try to have housewarming parties and people just bring bottles of wine. I don't want that shit. Give me some money.
You can't invite young people. You gotta invite the old people. Those are the people who know what's up.
It's a con either way, honestly.
Like, the cost of living is a con.
That is the con.
The con is there's a cost.
Should you move out? I don't know. It's all a con.
I mean, yeah. I have no plans to move out soon.
I think you don't know how good it is to live not at home until you're not there anymore.
Which is why I'm scared. Not scared. Like, I'm not like scared. But like, I'm hesitant, I guess, to do it because once I do it and I somehow lose my like stable income, I'll have to really figure it out. Be like, fuck, it's hustle mode. Like, I gotta... Which, like, I feel like I already am in hustle mode, so I'm like, so...
I gotta say, though,
that extra layer of stress for me.
I think it pushes you to a different limit of, like, not necessarily hustle, but, like, this is the only option. Like, you have to make it work.
See, but obviously... My parents be taking back my siblings to move back in. But, like, I personally wouldn't want to move back in anyway after I move out.
Yeah, that's, like, not the goal.
I guess it's more, like, hesitant because, like, not that I think we're gonna fail or anything or lose our steady income, but just, like, I don't know if I want to rent an apartment. Like, I don't know if I want to do that. And I don't have enough money to buy a house yet. I'm getting there, though.
I feel that.
So...
I do think that that's really important to, like, set yourself up financially and stuff. But it's also just, like, nice not having to worry about certain things in an apartment and it's just kind of taken care of, like plumbing and all that shit. Like, you don't have to deal with it. For now, anyway. Like, owning a house is a whole other fucking shindig. Oh, yeah.
Owning a house is a lot.
It just seems like a lot. And I personally could not wait to leave my house. I think big pro, I have a much better relationship with my parents than I've ever had in my entire life. And it's because we have distance. And distance does make the fucking heart grow fonder. It really does. I am allowed to see them now as just like human beings on their own and not my parents who are like on my case all the time.
Yeah, you don't rely on them as much.
Yeah. Also, they just like they can't rely on me emotionally and stuff, which I think that was like my own issue with my parents. But I'm allowed to now like remove myself from a situation that I don't want to be in anymore, versus like before all I could do is go to my room or drive my car to my friend's house, but I still have to come home and sleep. So, and they also, I feel like there's a certain level of respect that you get when you've moved out from your parents, and people in general. I think like you're
doing the damn thing.
I think mentally that is the biggest pro and the thing that I care about the most when I made the decision to move out. My situation had a lot of other factors though, not just like at home. Like obviously Logan and I were in a long distance relationship and wanted to not do that anymore.
Yeah.
But if I could have moved out then when I like wasn't in a relationship, I think I would still do it. Like I've been waiting to leave, I think.
Been waiting on it.
Not that like my situation was awful at home or anything, but like I just always needed my own thing. I like always wanted to be a city girl living in her little apartment. I know like having your house is such a cool ass thing to like, it's such a fucking flex. But in my childhood literal dream was just to like rent an apartment. I don't know why. It just felt like so adult and like,
yeah, I see that.
I don't know, like working girl, like living.
When I was younger, I used to want to like live in New York.
Same.
Oh God.
Visited, said not for me, girlie.
You know what? I like it here.
I still like romanticize the idea. It seems really fun.
Yeah, I romanticize it and then I come back to reality and I'm like, I would never thrive there.
I
think I would have multiple mental breakdowns in New York.
I feel like that would be me too, but I think I might just come back a different bitch, you know? Like it just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
After going to Arizona, not gonna lie, it's kind of a vibe. Like, I would never move there because it's Arizona. But, like, what a vibe that everything's 5 minutes apart. You can walk places. Like, and not spend $150 on an Uber.
That's fair.
Like, that went off. That popped off.
I just blame Los Angeles for not having a good public transportation system.
Really, though?
It's kind of shitty. Like, at least in New York, you take the subway or...
That dirty subway.
No one takes the bus in New York, but... The subway, even though it's dirty and shit, you get places at an affordable rate.
People just have, like, very good, I'm assuming, very good expectations on people being late because you have to walk everywhere and there's traffic. So, like, everything is with, like, a grain of salt, which might piss me off.
I don't think that's true. I think people are very punctual in New York, actually.
Are they?
Yeah.
They better be.
I think they understand how long it takes to get to places. So
they have to take an extra
I think people
hour.
in LA are late all the time. Like,
why
all the
is
time.
That?
Because we run on different fucking time, apparently. We're too relaxed on shit. It's like that California, like...
Bruh, just chill.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Like, no, brother, I have fucking places to be.
But do I? I want to feel like I do.
Yeah, like, I want to spend every day at the beach and just chill.
I have places to be. The beach.
The beach.
Today.
I just want to live, like, all of the lives that I've dreamt of. Like, one of them was, like, living in LA and, like, having my 90210 moment of, like, oh my God, I, like, live so close to, like, everything, which right now I do, and it's really crazy. Then I have, like, visions of, like, me living in New York or me living in, like, fucking... That'd be cool. But literally in the countryside, like, sometimes I think about just, like, what if I just said fuck it and just lived on a farm? Like, had a big piece of land, a huge house that, like, was from the 1800s, and I'm just chilling.
I don't think I could see myself living in the country. I've been there too many times, and
I don't know. I just literally, like, in my lifetime, can I just do all of them?
It's possible, okay? You can live all of these.
Old.
What, you want to be, she can only be young in all these places?
I just want to bang them out in, like, 5 years.
Girl, that's a vacation.
One year each.
That sounds
and then
really
be like,
hard.
I'll just come back to the one that I like the most, you know?
I don't think you could do a whole farm in a year. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'll give that one, like, 2.
Oh my God. You're like, can I rent it? Can I rent this farm from you with all the cows and the horse?
Me, just a renter for life.
No, you should make the farm and then you rent it out to people.
Oh, cute.
For the experience, it'll be like a business thing.
Honestly, though, but I, like, think about, like, a farm-to-table, like, business. Like, so cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. I love the aesthetic.
Or you have, like,
a
place, like, a venue for, like, weddings and, like...
It's very, the roll-offs.
Huh?
Little People, Big World.
I've never seen it.
They're little people.
Never seen that version.
They have a farm.
Mm-mm.
They have like a pumpkin thing every year.
They have a pumpkin thing.
They're in like Oregon or something. I don't know. But anywho, moving out. What a stressful topic, I guess. I'm currently not stressed, but when you actually have to do it, it's stressful as fuck.
Yeah.
So if you're like in that phase of life trying to figure out your finances and your personal relationships with whoever you live with, whether you already moved out once and your roommates suck, you try to move out again, I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't feel you, but I feel for you.
I feel for you.
I'm very sorry. So yeah, big decisions. It's a big life change once you move out, I feel like.
Yeah. All right. This was like a really random rant, I guess, of our thoughts on moving out.
Yeah.
They were probably all over the place. Don't know if it was helpful at all, but
So in Glowing Hour, we want to talk about maybe multiple, but definitely one horror story that we found on Reddit of a roommate situation. Not trying to scare anyone to not move out, but we just thought it'd be funny, so we'll see y'all then.
all right.
See how long this is. It's not that long.
So, someone asked the question on Reddit, who was the absolute worst roommate you've ever had?
Yes. So I guess I'll just read the story.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, we have alcohol.
Alcohol today.
On the
Some
rocks, Marg.
It's like Target sells like these
Oh my god, it says 20%.
Good night.
They're Hornitos on the rocks. Margarita, 20%. Brother. Okay, it tastes really good though.
Okay.
I mean, wow. We'll see. We'll report back at the end if we're trashed. Hopefully not, but it tastes good. Okay, so let me read it. Last year, I had 3 roommates, 2 of my guy friends and one of the guys' wife, who was a complete bitch from the beginning till the end. She really never bothered me directly. She kept to herself in her room for the most part. But I couldn't stand the fact that she was married to my best friend. Sounds very toxic.
Okay.
They've been together for 3 years now and have been married for a year. Throughout their relationship, she has done nothing but give him shit for absolutely nothing. My best friend always came back to the apartment, immediately got summoned to their room, and won't come out for about an hour. Do you know what happened during the hour? It's not sex. It's an hour-long bitching time from her to him. She just comes up with excuses to make him feel like complete shit. Oh, and she hated my girlfriend because she knows my girlfriend was way better looking and more fun to be around. And for some reason, she gave him shit for that too. One day he was caught viewing porn. She went absolutely crazy. She beat the living shit out of him and threatened to get a divorce. I wish they had. Instead, they decided to stay together so she can remind him how he broke her heart and ruined the trust every day of his life. Now they have their own place. He's working 2 jobs and going to school full-time to get a master's degree while she sits on her ass watching another Twilight movie, which she sometimes makes him watch with her. She single-handedly ruined my best friend's life. Anyways, what was your worst roommate like?
Jesus.
That's a lot. Like at first
I was gonna say, boy, you sound like you're
in love with your best friend. But she does sound a little...
She sounds a little toxic there.
She sounded a little crazy. I like really wonder what she was like yelling at him for when he would come home. There's got to be more to that.
Or maybe she just was really insecure.
Well, definitely insecure based on the jealous of his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because she's pretty or whatever. And then also like saying that their trust is ruined over watching porn. It's a little...
But also all of it reeks like insecurity to me. Like, if you have to bitch about literally how he's living life, like that's...
Yeah.
You're obviously uncomfortable with his comfortability with his own self.
And there's also like, if that's something that bugs you, you gotta like tell him that. Like maybe he did know. Maybe he did know he wasn't supposed to do that or whatever.
Supposed to do what?
Watch porn, I guess. Which like, I'm not saying anyone should set that boundary. because I think it's like a weird boundary to set, like it's unnecessary. But also it's like if your partner knew and disrespected the boundary, it's like don't be with that person, I guess. But then also I'm like, I don't know. Like don't set the boundary or don't cross your partner's boundary and not tell them. I don't know.
I think you're a weirdo if you think that's weird. Like you think that's not okay.
Like you think it's cheating.
Get over it.
It's very chuggy of them.
Not chuggy again.
Okay.
It is very chuggy of them.
It's just like, okay, relax. Okay, well I guess that's good for one. We'll do another one. My freshman year of college, I had a roommate that did an awful lot of the things you mentioned. Okay, they're like referring to a different Reddit thread of someone like who did a bunch of really small things that were annoying. This person said, I'm lactose intolerant and bought soy milk to put in our pitifully tiny dorm fridge. Despite never giving me money for groceries, she would call me when I was at the grocery store and ask me to get soy milk because she didn't like it. Asked me not to get soy milk.
Got it.
She also bitched about the low sodium soup I would buy. She did buy a case of ramen once in the 9 months we lived together that she graciously let us all eat. She walked around our shared room in her underwear and left dirty underwear and browsing everywhere. She walked up to me while I was watching a DVD on the TV that I brought with me and demanded I give her the remote so she could watch her soap operas. Her justification was that I've already seen the movie so many times. She would also stay up late watching reruns of her soap operas with the volume blasting. While I sleep on my back, I snore. This usually isn't a problem because I've trained myself to sleep on my side, but the 0.01% of the time I roll on my back. I warned her about it and told her to throw a pillow at me and wake me up to roll me on my side. I was woken up by one night by her shaking my shoulder with one hand and shaking my throat with the other. She says she thought it was my other shoulder. I still don't believe her.
Wait, what?
They woke her up shaking
Choking
her throat and shoulder. Wow. Well, those were bad things. I mean,
those were all just not okay.
Just like not a cool person. Okay, this one looks intense. Maybe we'll have more to work with here. 3 short stories about my worst roommate. 1. We stayed in our college apartment over a summer. He got himself a membership to Costco. He then proceeds to stock up on massive amounts of junk food, Hot Pockets, Pop-Tarts, various bulk candy, etc. He also bought 2 boxes of pre-packaged muffins. He then comes home with all of this and tells me, hey man, if you're ever hungry, help yourself. Then he hides everything except the muffins. Being self-sufficient at the time, I declined. Later that summer, I decided to take him up on his offer. Out of the 24 or so muffins, I think I've had 3 or 4 over the course of as many days. A few days later, I'm awoken at 6 a.m. to him freaking out that I ate too many muffins. I pay him $10 to shut him up. 2 days later, in the pantry, I find a Tupperware container full of muffins. This was no ordinary container, though. He drilled the handholds on each side and put 2 master locks on it. Left it there for me to find. I call him Muffins to his face until the time I moved out. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
He locked the muffins? Bro, this is what I'm saying. You just can't have roommates. This is scary. But like, understandably, these are people who like have no other choice but to live with roommates because they don't have a romantic partner or that shit didn't work out. Wow. And in LA, I can only imagine the people you run into trying to live together. All right.
I mean, yeah, that's like two random people hanging out though, or trying to live together.
I'm like, can we go on like a few dates before we move in together?
Really dates.
We had 2 girl roommates. This is the second story. We had 2 girl roommates. He, being the socially adept fellow that he is, continually left porn playing on his computer. Wow. Whether I was there or not, whether he was there or not, whether our female roommates were there or not, and he didn't see what was so wrong about that. Finally, I had to sit him down and explain why it wasn't acceptable behavior. Because we were living with girls and it was extremely creepy. He would occasionally leave it playing loudly when he had to leave in a hurry to make it to class on time. Sir.
What?
How do you accidentally leave porn blasting?
How are you not just like, not that like watching porn is embarrassing, but like how are you not just embarrassed? Weird ass.
It's not even that it's like embarrassing, it's just like now everyone knows you were just watching porn really loudly and how often you do it.
So why are you watching porn on full blast? That's like, there's something wrong there.
That has to be intentional then. Like that's just him being an asshole then, I would guess. Okay, third story. In our bathroom, the sink was located right when you walk in. Then the toilet was next to it. And finally, the shower took up the whole far wall end of the bathroom. I walked in around noon to find a half-eaten baguette sandwich on the sink next to the toilet. Obviously, he felt the urge to snack while dropping a load. I leave it. The girls refused to touch it. Muffins strolls back in around 5 or 6. We tell him he left something in the bathroom. He walks in, exclaims, "There it is," and finishes the sandwich. I almost got physically ill.
That is so disgusting. This person has issues. This muffins person.
I just...
Gross.
Wow. Okay, someone has a follow-up to that weird-ass story. They said, in response to your first bad roommate, I roomed in a dorm with this guy who was on the school's hockey team, so he regularly got care packages from his parents that had tons of food in them. It was more than he would ever eat. He was pretty cool at first and said, have as much as you want, blah, blah, blah. I start eating some stuff and would make it a point that I didn't offer it to my friends or anything else. Out of nowhere, he comes into the room and puts a master lock on everything. Now, the kicker is this guy still thought it was okay for him to use the things I brought to the dorm room, which was a fridge, printer, TV, PS2, basically anything worth having in a dorm room. He would reach into my closet and get the Febreze down and just start spraying down his equipment from hockey, which did stink, but at least ask first. I got the last laugh, though. I came back to the dorm room one night, and he had a girl there, which is cool, and nothing is going on at the time. I call it a night and jump into my part of our loft setup. He pressures the girl to give him a blowjob, which she feels bad and is like, your roommate is right there. So I wait till that moment. I can tell he's getting close, jump down and say, do I get seconds? And walk off to the bathroom like nothing happened. Bro! No!
Savage.
Like, people do that in roommate situations? See, that's when it's like, you genuinely have no choice if it's like college. It's like, you decided to live in a dorm.
Which maybe I'm glad that didn't happen.
I don't know. I think I would have lived for the drama back then.
Yeah, back then
I would have been like, this is so fucking funny. I hate my life.
I hate my life. It's insane.
My life is a movie.
Oh my god, dude. I could not.
Yeah.
Also, just maybe like men are just weird. Boys are weird.
Just leaving porn on. I mean, I'm sure there's some weird girls out there doing
the same shit.
Yeah, weird stuff, but it's more like they're just like toxic women.
Yeah, versus like men are just like nasty.
Annoying, disgusting.
Why the fuck did he eat a sandwich?
On the toilet and then left it and came back. I'm like, was it cheese and meat and mayo?
Stop.
Like, like the idea, the wilted lettuce. Like, where was he going with that?
That's so nasty.
And like a whole sandwich as a snack.
Yeah, he was worried about like 2 or 3 muffins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brother.
So, not to scare you, but definitely do some background on roommates. Not like a whole background check, which that too if you can. But at least like get to know them.
Yeah.
If possible. Before committing.
Maybe ask them, would you lock the fridge?
Would you put locks on things? Are we having communal property? Are we...
I think one of the biggest the most important things when doing things like that with roommates is like setting clear boundaries from the start. Yeah.
I have to say I know some bad experiences from not setting boundaries. Just being like, I expect no one to be in the apartment past whatever time. Yeah. Which, like, in my opinion, if one of my roommates had said that, I would be like, what? Like, I can't have someone here till midnight, even if we're just watching a movie being quiet? It's just because you don't want to physically see anyone? Like, why is that my fault?
Yeah.
Which is why you can't be with someone who's like that, if that's how you were like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's fair. It's your boundary.
But I think something that would bother me, if I had that kind of a situation, was like if this person's boyfriend or partner or whatever was staying for way too many nights of the fucking week.
Yeah.
It'd be like, bro, then he's gonna
like
gotta start paying some rent. Like, you know.
Yeah.
He's here using our water, showering.
I feel like it wouldn't even be that much because you wouldn't really have to charge more. It would just be them splitting their room with that person plus like, I don't know, another whatever for utilities, right? Because if they're staying in their room,
yeah,
they would technically split that rent.
But is that
pay
fair?
A little more for utilities? I don't know.
I personally don't think that's fair. I feel like it should be charged by the person. If it's a 2-bedroom, they're paying whatever amount, I think it should be split 3 ways, because this third person obviously came in after that. Like, they didn't decide as the 2 original people to pay rent.
I guess that depends on what your original agreement is. Because, like, if you have the master and it's, like, significantly better and you're already paying more or whatever the fucking case is. Yeah, so definitely setting expectations.
Yeah.
And boundaries.
Like, obviously you can't think of every single situation that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
read some horror stories and ask the right questions.
I think also just, like, look at your guys' lifestyles and think about the things that may happen and what would bother you, and just be like, hey, I don't think I would want this to happen.
I think definitely, like, consider what you're looking forward to most to moving out and, like, having your own space, like, what matters to you. So if it means, like Matt was saying, like, coming home to my own space and that being, like, a majority of the space, not just a room, because that's what you already have, then maybe you shouldn't have roommates, or roommates who are always gone maybe is the type of vibe for you, you know?
So true. That makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so moving out, let us know if you guys are considering moving out, some concerns maybe you have that we can share with the people. Also, announcement, we have a Globe or Get Out Instagram page now. Yay!
Well,
so all of our updates for the podcast will now be on there and not our, like, overall business agency page. Hopefully that makes things a little bit easier for everybody.
Yeah, go follow that.
Follow us. We're excited.
Woo!
Clearly tired. And honestly, update on this, I think I'm
buzzed.
I'm buzzed already and I only drank half of it.
I literally have taken sips and I'm like,
We also didn't eat lunch yet, though.
Facts.
To be fair.
As you guys can tell, one final last moment, we are going to be talking a lot more about, like, personal situations instead of, like, or topics, I should say.
Yeah.
So get to know us a little bit better,
so
I guess. I don't know.
Or, like, hopefully it's just more relatable, because while there are a lot of... Oh my god.
Why am I doing that?
No. Did you chip it?
No.
While there's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, I feel like most of the people that enjoy our content genuinely just like the stupid shit we say. And like our opinions are fairly relatable to some people.
And I think it's just, I think the podcast has also been a place for us to kind of take our mind off of the whole work situation and just also have a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a day off without having a day off. Yeah. That's the final thought, though.
Yes.
So if you did come for the business content, might not be happening here so much anymore.
But head to our Glow Getter Collective page.
Yeah.
We're constantly posting stuff there.
If you have any questions, just hit us up there.
Yeah.
But other than that, keep watching this shit show that is forever unfolding.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll catch you later.
Bye.